Hello, everyone. It's me, Richard Lewis Brown. And today's June 9th, 2021. As you know, Local 1000 just had an election, and I was fortunate to win with everyone's support, 2,637 votes. Thank you very much. I haven't been sworn in yet. Swearing in, hopefully, is June 26, 2021. The protest period ends tomorrow, June 10th. I don't know who's protesting. I don't know any information on that as of yet. Now, today is a midday video. I am excited to be at the Department of Justice. I've been invited. Thank you very much. Please come on in. As you can see, I have Facebook Live and I have the Zoom on at the same time. So I've never done Zoom with Facebook Live in front of some people at the same time. So if I can't get to all your questions right away, I apologize. I'll do the best I can. I'm talking really fast. What is this video about, this Facebook Live, this Zoom? What is it about today? Membership. We're going to increase the membership for Local 1000, and I'm thrilled. Okay? Having a great day. I'm having a great day. I'm thrilled. 3 people from DOJ are here. There's more coming in, and there's more people who are going to watch on Zoom. But before we get started with this membership drive to encourage everyone to be a dues-paying member of Local 1000, it's very, very important that I do this. I was going through all my emails. I got backlogged. I realized I got an email from Local 1000. I didn't even realize this until like late last night. Local 1000 sends me an email about taking the oath. I'm under the impression that I take the oath on June 26th. Yvonne Walker still hasn't called to verify this information yet. So I get an email that came a few days ago, and wait, I see your Zoom link doesn't work, so you have a different meeting in progress. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I know that it's working because I'm looking at it. So what I have in front of me is the oath. And so I'm going to have someone from DOJ read me the oath, and then I'm going to put my hand up. I'm going to take it, and then she's reading from the same copy as this, and then I'm going to sign it. I'm doing this live. So here we go. Okay, ma'am. Can you please read to me, and I'm going to look right into the camera, and you read to me, and I'm put my hand up. Here we go.
Okay. This is SEIU Local 1000 Board of Directors Pledge.
Yes.
I, Richard Lewis Brown.
I, Richard Lewis Brown.
Pledge my word.
Pledge my word.
And honor.
And honor.
That I will faithfully discharge.
That I will faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office.
The duties of the office.
To which I have been elected.
To the office that I've been elected.
In accordance with the rules of Local 1000.
In the accordance of the rules of Local 1000.
And to the best of my ability.
And to the best of my ability.
Carry out the plans and programs of the Union.
To carry out the plans and the programs of the Union.
Help build unity.
Help build unity.
Strength.
And
participation. Among members in the Union.
Among members of the Union.
In the workplace.
In the workplace.
In our community.
And
in the political arena.
And
purchase union labeled goods.
And
use union services wherever they can be obtained.
May be obtained. I'm Richard Lewis Brown. That's the oath I'm taking to you on June 9th, 2021. This is very important to me because we know that the month of June is the number 6, and we know that today's the 9th. And 6 plus 9 tells you when I'm born in the month of June, June 15th. You're welcome. All right, so here we go. Let me sign this right now. I'm going to sign it right now in front of the 3 witnesses from DOJ. Here we go. Done. Now, it will go over to Local 1000 by email, and I'll probably have to walk it down as well, no later than June 10th by 12 p.m. That's done. Does that mean I'm now the official president? Who knows? Who knows? Yvonne Walker still hasn't called me. I don't think you can have 2 presidents running Local 1000 at the same time. But I'm always told that I don't know everything. So I guess we'll find out. So here we go. I said today's video at DOJ at 12 p.m. We're talking about membership. I'm going to let the ladies ask me any question they want, unscripted, unedited, unrehearsed. What you get is what you see. Here we go. Ladies, get started. They don't know what to say. They're just like, oh, So, do you have any questions about my direction on where I want to take the union?
Where do you stand on supporting us in the workplace against unprofessional managers?
Okay. You see that's a great question she asked. Unprofessional manners in the workplace. Where do I stand? I stand with the represented employees of Local 1000. I stand with you, not with management. There's not going to be no backroom deals with management going against represented employees of Local 1000. That includes dues-paying members and everyone else. By the contract, we support and we protect our own. That's how it is, okay? And if you can't afford to pay your money right now to the union, I'm working on that around the clock, okay? And once I'm sworn in, I can complete that action. We stand with our people, not with management. No backroom deals. And in our contract, it says, when it comes to our dignity clause, 5.11, that Cal HR is the final decision maker. I want you to understand me on this. For our next contract, as your chief negotiator, that language will not be there. They will no longer be in control of us. These managers act like they have nothing to lose. They beat up on us. Sometimes they're bad behaving, egotistical, self-serving. They walk all over us, and I hear it, from the people in CDCR. You don't have to scream at me. I know what you're going through. Richard Lewis Brown is with you. So, ma'am, hopefully I've answered your question. I'm going to stand with you. When you call for us, you're going to get substantial job representation because we're going to reorganize how we do things in Local 1000 so that when you call, you won't have to hear someone say, well, we don't have anyone right now, or we're really busy, we'll have to get back with you. That has to stop immediately. And this is why I said everyone should be recognized as a job steward by Local 1000 if you're represented by Local 1000. I have prior job stewards who are no longer job stewards for whatever reason. I'm telling you this on day one. If they contact me and send me their information, they will be reinstated so that these bad managers will know that we have protection in the workplace. We have substantial number of job stewards in every work site. And this is why on day one, everything that's normally scheduled for Local 1000 will not happen. Because I have to get to these work sites to tell everyone, the new president will not ignore you. He will not ignore you. He will not ignore you. When you bring him the problems, we're going to address those problems so people will feel encouraged that the money they pay is worth it. And that other people who are now members will say, finally, somebody is thinking with some common sense. And we can get this job done. Okay, hopefully I answered that question. What's the next question?
This hasn't happened yet, as far as I know, within the state, but what is your stand on if they decide to require vaccinations in order to come back to work in the office?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So she asked, what's my stance on if the state tries to require vaccinations on coming back to the office? Oh, I wish today hadn't happened. Okay, so I've been dodging this question. Yes, I will take questions live as well, Jonathan. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna answer her question about if the state tries to require vaccinations for people to return back to the work site. I stand with the represented employees of Local 1000. And if some employees say that, hey, that's a violation of their freedom of speech by making them, I see you, Jonathan, by making them take a shot on something that we really don't know is the long-term effects, then I stand with those people. But I also got people in Local 1000 that says, you must take the shot so we can work in a safe and secure environment. I understand that argument too. So for the first time, someone has really, really put me on the spot to where I have to talk from both sides of my mouth. I hate that. And before someone can ask me personally, well, Richard, did you take the shot? What did you do, Richard? Against my better judgment, to keep peace at the state treasurer's office where I work with the people I work with, I took the shot against my better judgment. But if you tell me that you're represented by Local 1000 and you're not taking that shot, Richard Lewis Brown has your back. And if you tell me you took that shot because you're worried about your children and you're worried about your mom and dad, because you take care of your mom and dad, you take care of your grandfather and your grandmother, do your job. And I got your back. Do your job. Okay. Did I answer that strong enough?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. This question will come back up again.
Definitive.
And so I'm trying to be crystal clear that I'm supporting everyone represented by Local 1000. Will the state try to make us take these vaccinations? I don't have all the answers. I really don't. And I'm sorry. But I'm being completely honest. I told you personally what I did to keep the peace in my office, because some people in my office are taking care of their mom and dad, and I will not disrespect someone's mother and father. If they're taking care of them and they want to be safe and they want me to be safe around them, then I'll do that, because that's the love in my heart. But everybody ain't like me. Okay. What's the next question? That's some good questions.
In our department, they are requiring legal support to take 2 3-hour webinars on both of them involving the gender identification issues. They call it training, and it
Body
is
training.
required. There are quite a few people who have a lot of misgivings about these webinars. For one thing, it's 6 hours of our time for something that we can't see has anything really to do with doing our job. And for another, a lot of people have legitimate concerns about having a completely different belief on this issue, and they feel that this is an issue of belief. If this department is going to continue with that, and they have, so far it's just been legal support, do we have any grounds of getting out of it in some way based on our own religious beliefs?
Sick of that.
Now, this person just asked me about my opinion, because I'm not sworn in yet. I'm just speaking as a job steward, about DOJ doing certain types of training that's not really job related. It's funny, someone just said, be careful with my answers. It's funny how God works. She's asked another tough question, a question I want to avoid. Because I ran on this platform of contract negotiations and job representation. So now she's walked me into that job representation. You can go away, let me say, and get back with you. Oh, thank you, Savanya Martin. So I'm being told to tell you, this is live too. I'm being told, let me do some research and then come back. Here's the thing with that. When your job asks you to do the training, you can't really say no, because if you say no, then you'll be considered insubordinate, and then you have to get the union involved. But you raise a very great point about beliefs and your belief system. And Rick Freeman, I'll get to you in 1 second about the telecommuting. You jumped it, but that's okay, Rick. I'll get to you in 1 second. So this idea of the work sites, different work agencies doing this different types of training that we know is not really related to your job, that has caused a problem. But on the flip side of that, I'll say, if you want to really get rid of discrimination in the workplace on different issues, then you would try to provide some type of training. So I can see their point where they're giving this training so that people don't discriminate against other people. I get that. Remember, I'm black, so I get it. So I can't forget that these other situations are very unique, but it comes down to discrimination. So as someone advised me to do, Savanya Martin, I'm going to take your advice. We'll get back to you on that, because I have a feeling that's going to come back again on me. Okay, now, Rick Freeman, telework. I'll try to avoid this too. I believe in my heart, as a job steward, as an American, that people should stay home and work from home because we don't know where this COVID is headed. If you've been able to work from home all this time, then why should you have to come back to work? As an American, this is how I feel. As a job steward, I'm trying to protect you. And after I'm sworn in, will my story change? After I'm sworn in, on June 26th, after Yvonne Walker calls me and verifies through email when I'm swearing in and what time, so everyone can come and watch through Zoom or whatever, my story will not change. People need to telework. Are there exceptions? Yes. There are some people who are really, quote, mission essential, and they have to come to work. But for other people, they should be able to work from home. At the state treasurer's office, many people are working from home, but there are some who have to come to work. And because they have to come to work, and I'm the only job steward over there, I show up too. But I still fight for those to work from home. And I've had many discussions with individuals at the state treasurer's office. And that's all I'll say. This is my position. People should be able to work from home 75 to 85, 90% of the time. You shouldn't have to come to work. Now, some people say, well, what about the people who have to come to work versus those who stay home? How's that really fair? It's not. It's not really fair. That's the real answer. But, you know, we don't know how this particular governor, because he says, you know, he wants people to work from home, and then sometimes he changes his answers. And, you know, so the governor, he changes his mind sometimes. And that's all that I'll say. So I see a person, Robert Bays. I'm sharing this video with these three ladies. If they allow you to come on for a second, because I'm spending their time, this is just for them, I'll ask them right now and see how they feel. A person named Robert Bays, who ran for VP bargaining, he wants to come on for a moment. Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so they said okay. So now, Robert, you're going to share it with the three ladies. So hold on. Okay, so it's adding him now. Okay, Robert, how are you
good.
today?
How you doing?
I'm fine. You have to make it quick.
Yeah. Sorry for the appearance. I was doing a lunchtime workout. I just wanted to add some comments on that whole gender identity training question that you wanted to get back to. And I know that there is an organizing and representation component to that we didn't just talk about that I think is very important. And that is that the state is doing a lot of these trainings, race, relations, gender identity. And so there's been several members who've come up to me and said during these trainings that they're asked very controversial questions, like how do you feel with the color of your skin, things like that. How do you feel around people of the other race, et cetera, et cetera. And then managementers using their answers in this quote unquote safe space training to then attack them and come after them and put their jobs at risk, right? So I think that from an organizing and representation standpoint, it's very important that we talk about these trainings. And yes, it is complex. Yes, there's many different, sides to all this involves, but we also have to recognize that organizing and representation piece that is important as it is for the state to talk about these issues. They can't invite our employees, our represented in to have these robust discussions about controversial topics and then use those discussions to then, write them up, create progressive discipline against them, because it's very much a bait situation going on that is really hurting our members. And I'm having to represent way too many members on issues like this. And I think that, it is something that we should focus on as a union on the protecting our member side.
Right. So here's what I'll say to that. If you notice at the beginning of this conversation, I said I'm for all represented employees and that we're going to protect our employees represented by Local 1000 from bosses. So I had already covered that. What you did was you went into a step further and said, hey, some of these people, these bosses are setting them up and coming back at them. But I had already said that from the very beginning, we're going to protect our people. So I think you and I are saying the same thing I had already said it from the very beginning, but you went into the details. So I want to thank you for that. I greatly appreciate that. And then I'm gonna take this conversation back to the ladies.
Yeah. Sorry for
Okay.
taking your time. I appreciate it, ladies. I just
No,
wanted to
okay.
throw that out there because I thought that was an important part of what she was asking. You know, it's all part of it.
Right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you off, and then I'm gonna go back to whoever feels comfortable, and if they verify what you say, and then I'm gonna re-verify what I said from the very beginning of the video. Is that
Yeah,
cool,
man.
Robert?
I'll get off right now.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks,
Okay.
Richard.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thanks for watching, Robert. So here's this. What he said about the bait and switch and how these managers do this I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you know possibly of a situation of what Robert was saying, that when they were having these interesting training, I don't want to say controversial because I'm a controversial person. So I'm going to say interesting training. Have y'all seen this happen?
No,
Not yet.
no.
Okay. So Robert, everyone that's watching, what Robert said, he's experienced so far on today's video, I'm being told that this has not happened to the ladies here. Right.
These are online trainings.
So this online training is a very controversial issue. And, some things I really try to avoid, but I know eventually that I have to deal with it. And the VPs and I will come together and we'll make an informed decision. And we'll be able to work with the staff at Local 1000. And we're going to give you a high quality professional service of leadership that you can book. Okay. Y'all been asking me tough questions. I don't know if I can come back over here and do live video. I should have known DOJ. This is not something I want to do. Okay. So what's the next tough question you're going to ask me?
Are you going to have trainings to educate your members on how not to be bullied by management?
So I've been asked, are we going to have training? She said members. I'm going to say represent employees, but she said members on how to not be bullied by management. You know what? I think you're right. And I think we should have training on that. Now, how will we go about doing that? I would work closely with Annika Was, the VP of Organizing and Representation. It's hard to me to talk about training to make managers act accordingly because it sounds like common sense. So sometimes I have a hard time trying to, we need training for common sense on how to treat someone, as I say, with the golden rule. It's weird. Now, maybe if we go back a step to the question they were talking about, the controversial training, the interesting training, then maybe the interesting training was trying to help maybe the managers prevent them from being so unprofessional. So it can go both ways. So that's the best way I can answer that. We really shouldn't have to waste resources from the union and time to do common sense training on how to treat one another. But I could be wrong. And I don't say that very often. But I could be wrong on this issue. Wait, I see something else. They send out surveys, mandatory surveys to their employees. I've seen them, and I believe they should not be mandatory. Okay. I didn't know about these surveys. Have y'all received surveys outside of the training? Have y'all received
Regarding
these
bias?
Yes.
Is that what it's about?
Sure. Have y'all received?
No, not
Okay.
No.
All right, so they're saying that they have not received any type of surveys. So maybe some of you have. I did not know this. Okay. So I said today was about membership. We want to increase membership dramatically. We're only at 53,907 dues paying members as of February. I don't know what it is as of June. Do not get it confused. We represent 96,000 people, but only 53,907 are dues paying members. We've got to make up that number. And as I stated, we got to go over 90%. So we are 90% dues paying members. And this is why I was saying about reducing the dues in half and getting out of politics. So all these non-members, either they can't afford it or they don't support our politics. If you get out of politics, then you wouldn't have that problem. Wait, I see. I posted a question earlier, not addressed yet, about stewardship. Okay, Jonathan, the question earlier about stewardship. I thought I saw it. So here, let me go back. Let me see if I can go back to it, Jonathan, real quick. Have self-respect. I'm going back, Jonathan. I'm going back. Hold on. Job stewardship, Jonathan. I have a steward colleague who has experience with stewards who try to abuse their stewardship. Okay, Jonathan. Oh, come on. And if it will become easier to become a steward under your leadership with your protocols in place, screening. Wait a minute, Jonathan. I've already talked about this. I said if you're a prior job steward and you reach out to me and you send me the information I need, you're going to be a job steward on day one after I'm sworn in. And I also said, Jonathan, that if you know someone that has high integrity, that's been an activist for Local 1000 for years, and because they stopped the LAPS program, or when people tried to apply to the LAPS program, they were denied to be in the LAPS program, get that person's name to me. I'm not yelling at you, Jonathan, but I'm telling you, I am not playing. I have a little list of people's names about job stewardship on day one. Please have the person contact me, 408-207-2339. And that's that. Some things we don't have to, it's not gonna be no long conversation about, because we're trying to protect, again, we're trying to increase membership. And currently you have to be a dues paying member to be a job steward. And I'm talking about unifying our union, not scapegoating every Republican and every Libertarian, every non-Democrat. I'm not scapegoating them, accusing them of trying to destroy unions across America, because not every Republican is like that. Okay? So in order to unify the union, this video is about membership, increasing membership. It's not about me, oh, look at me, look at me. We got to increase membership, because remember, in order for us to get that money, we got to create that strike fund. Well, that strike fund needs money from the members, dues paying members. Okay, so I'm going down here in the list. No one should be without being a member. You know what, Richard Wake? I just said that. And I know you don't care for me, DOC President Richard Wake. I know you don't care for me, but that's fine. The non-paying members, if they want union representation, sometimes they should have to pay. No, hold on, Savanya Martin, that's not true. Because, hold on one second, because our contract covers people whether they pay money or not, because that's how they tricked us many years ago with the exclusive representative clause under the Ralph C. Dills Act. See, there's a deep history of that. And that's why my 10-point platform is saying, let everybody vote and become job stewards, because we have to represent them by our contract, whether they pay money or not. That's a deeper issue. Okay, now someone else here has a question, so go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, that issue of representing everyone is actually a federal law.
So
I believe that's a federal law.
So she was saying it's a federal law.
You don't, and since the Janus ruling is what it's called in the U.S. Supreme Court, since that ruling, well, that has nothing to do with, it's just that not everybody has to pay dues anymore. If there's money being spent on political, that Janus ruling, of course you're going to get this from DOJ, right? That Janus ruling means that you don't have to pay dues. You're not required to. It's voluntary. But if we want to get things done, right, I believe we should be paying. But if you're going to reduce our dues, if that's possible, with all of our help, we do that, it'll be half the price. So
here's the thing. What she just said, I'm not sure if anybody heard it, about the Janus ruling. Someone on Facebook is agreeing with you, and they're saying the same thing you're saying. So I'm trying to keep everybody on the same thing.
So
go ahead.
I do have another question about stewardship.
Yes.
New program. I would love to see a new program. And I think you've already spoken to this in your 10-point plan about everyone being eligible, no matter whether they pay the money or don't, because we know a lot of people are living on the edge of poverty or are in poverty that work all day long. So we don't want to put upon them, but everybody is eligible whether they're paying money or not. Everybody will be able to vote whether they're paying money or not. Anybody? So is that something that's...
So someone is saying about the new program where everybody's eligible to vote and become job stewards, whether they pay money or not. And I know this is a hot button issue. And so what I've tried to do is people who are already job stewards, who are already paying money, they're getting their stewardship back. For whatever reason they lost, they're getting their stewardship back. The VP who's been reelected for organizing representation, Attica Was, she's going to revamp the LAPS program. Now, she's on video saying this. She's going to revamp it. And so that's going to be this new training, and it's going to be a lot shorter, hopefully, and a lot more acceptive, because anybody who wants to go through that without just automatically being a job steward, who wants to go through the LAPS program, because she's going to change the name. She's going to change it all up, because members for transparency and change, that's what they're about. They're for change, but I'm for create. I'm for something much larger than just change. No one who wants to be a job steward will be denied. I got 1231 on June 9th, 2021. Don't call me at that local 1000 and say, you tried to go through that new program that Attica Was is in charge of and you got denied. I don't want to hear that, because I'm going to know that's not true. Okay? And all those activists who never became job stewards years ago, who were turned down by LAPS, who thought it wasn't worth their time to be a job steward, you're going to become job stewards immediately. So this is the compromise that I'm making. We are suffering right now. We don't have enough job stewards in these work sites. Okay, I'll stop talking. Go ahead, next question.
You asked about education on what?
On the bullying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about education about union structure and how that works?
Oh.
Sunshine on
Okay.
the inside.
Mhm.
How will you? Is that something you want to do?
So someone's asking about the education on the structure of the union. That's a great question. On the website, we're going to open up everything, whether you're a dues paying member or not, and you're going to see the structure. The DOC presidents, the 4 statewide officers, the bunk chairs. You're going to see all of that. You're going to see the DBERs, because you need to know what DLC you're in, because you need to hold your DLC president accountable for his or her decisions in front of the board. That's a great question. A lot of people don't even know who the DLC presidents are. That's going to change. When I visit all these work sites, because a lot of people think that I'm just going to get in the office, go to the building, do like our predecessor, just walk around, not return phone calls, have political gatherings. That's not true. I'm telling you. Absolutely, Ken Wiley. So what I'm saying is that's not true. I'm going to other work sites. Now, it's going to be time consuming, because everyone knows there's too many state employees for me to visit. But the people who voted for me don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear me say that I don't have time to go to a work site to talk to somebody. Whether it's one person or 100 people, I have to show up when called. So in other words, even after I'm sworn in, who cares? I have to still show up and do my job as a job steward. That's why people say, we ain't seen Yvonne Walker in years, if they ever seen her at all. I won't have that same luxury. So all the scheduled meetings and stuff that's supposed to happen, they'll probably get pushed back a little bit, because people are demanding, Richard, we voted for you, and we told our coworkers, these non-members, to become members, and they said, let him win first. And then if he wins, and he comes down to this work site and acts like he has half a bit of sense, let's say half a bit of sense, then we will become members. I'm showing up. Don't ever challenge me about you becoming a member. I will show up. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up to all these work sites. I'm going to do Zoom meetings. Now, I guess there was a problem with my Zoom meeting today. People can't get on. I'm challenged, okay? That's who I am. When it comes to these computers and all this stuff, I ain't the very best. I'm doing the very best that I can, but you and I both know Richard ain't cutting it great. So that's why you keep telling me, get some assistance, get them people from the union, or go get somebody to help you. I know I'm working on it, but like I've told the ladies, most people are afraid that I won't get sworn in, or they're going to knock my head off after I get sworn in. So people are afraid. They're living life in fear. And I keep telling people you can't live in fear. I see a question. Ask a local 1,000 staffer about cold buildings and why not prioritizing the organizing plans. Okay, Tariq Bruno, you're probably right. And so I'm playing catch up. I'm playing catch up. The people here at DOJ were nice enough to invite me over. And they've asked me some tough questions that I have tried to avoid. But like I tell people all the time, at some point or another, someone's going to catch me with a question that I can't give that perfect Richard Lewis Brown home run answer. I've been caught today. That's okay. I'll go back and I'll regroup. Okay, any more questions, ladies? Okay, so now we're at 12:35. The ladies have run out of questions, so I see people still watching. So people have asked me about this morning's video, about that situation about Kevin Healy. I stand by what I said. I'm not mad. I am not mad. I'm really not. I'm just letting people know that when you come looking for me, you'll find me. If you come looking for that action, you're going to find that action. And if some of you don't think that's not presidential enough, then I'm not Barack Obama enough. You're right. I'm not Barack Obama. I tried Barack Obama in 2018, and my ass lost. Okay? I lost trying to be a Barack Obama in 2018. What you're getting now is Richard DeReal. Okay? So there's only one Barack Obama. There's only one. And we say in the community, there's only one pretty brown-skinned man named Barack Obama. I'm not him. Okay? I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm that dark chocolate individual that when your mom took you to the ice cream store when you was a child and you wanted that dark chocolate, she said, oh, no. That's too much sugar. Take the vanilla. And all those years, you've been waiting to grab that chocolate ice cream. Well, I'm here right now. You can grab me and eat me all up because I'm intense and I'm coming. Now, we're going to increase this membership one way or another. We're going to increase this membership. And I'm going to keep running my mouth, and I'm going to keep firing you up. We're going to get this 20% pay increase with GO pay and COLA across the board for everybody across the state of California. And I don't care what they tell you. Don't let these people tell you what can't be done. I'm so tired of people in Local 1000 telling me this can't be done, and you can't do it like this, and you can't do it like that. And then we wonder why we can't get anything done in this union. I'm so sick of it. You know, cough, shortness of breath. You know, I got a fever, and it ain't COVID related. It's Local 1000 related. Okay? Now, I'm really having a great day. And when people come and watch the videos, I love it. Because I want people to know how serious I am. And even though I've been asked tough questions here at DOJ, every worksite I go to, I'm gonna get asked tough questions. And I won't be able to, you know, sometimes give out that answer the way I want. And someone will say, well, Richard, go on to research that and get back with us. And that I will do. Because they've given me something to really think about in regards to some of this training that we're getting in these state agencies. Because I can see it from both sides. But people are really upset because they feel like it's a violation of their, you know, freedom of speech. But like I told someone, you come work for the state, you're a public servant, your salary, your job classification, your work agency, it's all posted on the internet. Everybody knows who you are. That's when people get mad when I talk about people's salaries and stuff. I'm just being transparent. Because remember, I told you from a long time ago, I'm the only candidate that is transparent. Everybody else wants to be like me, and they use my words, and they copy me, but they can never be this dark chocolate. The dark chocolate is the original. So every time I do a video, I put a little touch on it. So it's not that same boring, hi, I'm Richard Lewis Brown. You know, I'm a public servant, blah, 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 blah. Oh, please. Put some excitement in it. Put some thrill in it. Don't be that politician. And people have told me, don't you change, Richard. And I'm telling you, my supporters, my voters are telling me over and over again, you change up on us, we're gone. We'll drop our membership, we're out of here. Okay, 12:39, I'm gonna shut my mouth down. I'm gonna thank you for spending 39 minutes with me on June 9th, 2021. And we know that 6 + 9 is 15. That's my birthday in the month of June. I can't make this stuff up. And I can't make up the fact that my membership number, when you add it up, it adds up to 24. So when someone says, what does 7437 mean? Add 3 to it, and you have my membership number. And on the third time was the charm. I won this election. I can't make this up. 7437 adds up to 21. What year are we in? The year 21. Thank you. You've been educated. Have a great day, State of California.